Hello YouTube, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. Today is Game 3 between Petraeus and MarineLord, a ZBT match on Inferno pools. Now again, this is a best of 3. Petraeus took the first game in fairly close fashion after a Zergling counterattack. Did a great job destroying the natural of the Terran player. He was able to win. In the second match, a Marine Widowmine push that Petraeus was not ready for was enough for MarineLord to take the win there. So, some pretty interesting back and forth here. The series is tied 1-1. The winner will qualify for a tournament. So, we have some pretty good motivations on both sides. We have the have fun, good luck coming down from MarineLord and Petraeus. They're both very, very friendly. And that's good to see in a competitive situation like this. So pull up the production tab. We have SCVs, we have drones being made, and this map is another long distance rush map. So any early harassment from Zerglings or from again from Reapers or Hellions is going to take a while to get up to the base. Looks like we have the extractor trick going down for Petraeus. He created an extractor, then canceled it, and then just kept making workers. So it looks like he just wanted to get a quick economic advantage there. Not interested in throwing down an early spawning pool. Instead, it looks like he's just going to go ahead and go 15 hatchery. Meanwhile, back at the Terran base, we have the gas going up. We have a barracks first going up this time instead of the command center. So we're probably going to see some earlier aggressive behavior from MarineLord rather than the more passive early behavior from Game 2. The Overlord is scouting to the left, hoping to find MarineLord there. He's not going to see anything. The 15 hatch goes down, and at 15 supply, so we get 16 supply. Yep, looks like we're going to go 15 pool, 15 hatch, 16 pool for the Zerg player. Back at the Terran base, the barracks is finished. Let's see what's produced initially here, and it is a Reaper. He's going to come out. Again, rallied to provide some defense, not necessarily going to go on the offense, but the SCV is running out trying to figure out where that tricky Zerg player is as the pool is going down. No gas yet from the Zerg player, even at 17 supply. MarineLord says, this time will it be cross? And he's right, it is a cross position spawn. Petraeus says, holy smokes, you're right. MarineLord checks out that base, see there's nothing there. And the Overlord is coming into this base, he'll see there's nothing there. So at this point, if neither player has scouted the other one out, they can assume they are cross positions, and that the long distances will come into play for the rest of this game. So there are 2 drones transferring down to this base just as soon as it finishes. Petraeus does well to pause that drone to make sure it doesn't go all the way back to return his minerals, but instead plays it right here at the natural expansion. You got her rolling on the floor laughing from MarineLord. He thinks it's funny they're cross position. The second Reaper is coming out for the Terran. 4 Zerglings are made. MarineLord says, is this some magic? Petraeus says, I don't know. I believe they were cross-spawned in all 3 of their matches. Maybe that's what he's talking about. The Reaper comes in to take out these slow Zerglings. Their job is pretty much just to meat shield it, prevent the Reaper from taking out too many drones. There's no way they can kill the Reaper, but if they're dying, it's better long-term for the Zerg than if drones are being killed. So they're doing their job. Queen comes out just at the nick of time to drive back that Reaper, but the Reaper's buddy shows up, and now we have 2, which again are not enough to kill a Queen. Nope, definitely not, but it is enough to kind of keep the Queen busy. Maybe she'll forget to inject, and that will harm the Zerg economy as well. Unknown. Overlord scouting down, checking out these Reapers coming around the bottom side. Scouts it perfectly. The Queen is not responding. Oh, Reapers cannot jump up there. There's a cliff. They can go up cliffs, but not across chasms. So that's good to know about this map. 2 Queens are now out. 2 Queens for 2 Reapers is definitely enough to do a lot of damage to them. Even 3 Reapers aren't going to be enough to do anything substantial. So they might just head home or try to sneak up somewhere. Is there anywhere they can... Yeah, they can hop up on this side of the main base. Aha, which it looks like they might do, except they turn around, so, Back home, a command center's going down. Factory, barracks, starport 111 classic from the Terran player. We're making a tech lab. The starport is making 2, the factory is making 2 Hellions. A Roach Warren is going down for the Zerg player as he starts to scout in and see exactly what's going on. I think what he was keyed off to make this Roach Warren was he saw the 3 Reapers and decided that there's probably going to be some more harassment coming through. Reapers are great against Hellions. Roaches are great against Hellions and Reapers, and figured might as well get some of those out to deal with any of this early pressure. The Scouting Overlord sees everything that is happening, including the starport being placed down on the tech lab, which might mean Banshee. 2 more Hellions are being made. Command center is being finished, and the expansion is up and running for the Terran player. What do we have? We do in fact have a Banshee being built out of that starport, and a tech lab goes down on that barracks. It will be creating Marauders as well as getting different upgrades. Third base goes down for the Terran player. It looks like we have Cloak going down for the Banshee as well. So cloaking is a fantastic way for Banshees to get lots of kills off without being seen, but responding quickly, Petraeus already has a Spore Crawler up in each of his mineral lines. He is not worried about that. And the Hellion Reaper attack comes in, trying to take down this third base. And 2 Roaches and 2 Queens are on their way, trying desperately to get there before this third base goes down. Will they make it? Is it enough? And it is. The 3 Roaches and 2 Queens are enough to drive away this attack. Creep tumors are being spawned thanks to this pooping Overlord and an Overseer as well, just in case a Banshee shows up. So Petraeus is playing this very well, although up into the expansion swoops in these Hellions and these Reapers, but the spawning of 5 Roaches at the natural is enough to drive them back. So Petraeus just really playing this well, defending and deflecting every single attack MarineLord is sending his way. We have the wall with supply depots and a bunker at the natural. The starport is coming down. It's going to create a reactor for the medevacs, and I think we're going to settle into the standard play of Marine Medevac Marauder with some Widowmine support that you see in Heart of the Swarm. And these Roaches are scouting across the map, pushing back this army. They are slower than this army, but they can kill it if these guys decide to stand and fight. Is the Terran interested in taking a third base anytime soon? I don't see any command centers being created. It looks like it's just a 2-base attack for now. The third base for the Zerg is up and running. We have the gas being taken. We are extending the creep extremely well with this Queen. The Roaches come up to the front door and they see some Marauder fire and they return immediately. They are not happy about that Marauder fire. It is dangerous to them. Marauders do a lot of damage to Roaches, but enough Roaches show up that even just 2 or 3 Marauders is not quite enough to do all the damage to take them out entirely. So SCVs are here ready to repair that bunker. There's no way the Roaches are getting through that, especially not with a Banshee overhead destroying them from on high. The third base does go down for MarineLord. He gets his command center transferred over there very nicely. But there is a Changeling scouting this out directly. So he recognizes this is an undefended command center and something that he might be able to take advantage of. Decides to take his 4th base at the gold expansion, which will be really good for his economy. Banshee comes in scouting it immediately. Sees that, okay, he did take his 4th hatchery at the gold. Decides not to get some pot shots off on the hatchery, but instead heads on home. And does kill a Zergling along the way. So in production we have upgrades for combat shield, infantry armor, and infantry weapons for the Terran. We have upgrades for flyer attacks, centrifugal hooks for the banelings to make them go faster, as well as attack and armor, and some Utilisks are being created in the meantime. So settling into the standard play, Zerg versus Terran. We do have a single tank mixed in to this army, which, I don't know, I'd say it might even be more mech than bio at this point, although we do have Marines straggling in. The Changelings at the front scouting exactly what composition we have from MarineLord, so Petraeus knows exactly what he's up against. Factory holding steady, barracks not producing anything at this point. Just working on those upgrades and making 1 or 2 Marines. A push combined with harassing units and some really solid units coming up. Very interested in taking out this gold. The Hellions transform into Hellbats, which will do much better against the Zerglings and the Banelings than the Hellions would. And they come in, they immediately snipe this Queen. They're going to work on the hatchery, but the Roaches, oh, they try to go in and get a hit off, but they retreat before they can actually attack. They do manage to take out 1 or 2 Reapers and a Marauder. The Banelings are rolling in, taking out the Marines. More Banelings taking out more Reapers, more Hellions. The Marauders getting taken down by this overwhelming Zerg force. and they hold off the attack with relative ease. As the Terran is forced to retreat, if we take a look at the income levels, it is 75 harvesters to 71. But the gold income is enough for the Zerg player to take an advantage at this point. Even though the worker advantage isn't the most, it is still pretty nice. Sorry about that, I lost my headphones for a second. I'm not sure if I caught them with my hand or what, but an attack is coming in from the Mutalisks and Roaches and Banelings, a small handful of each with a Zergling counterattack coming along that right side. So it looks like Petraeus is going to go ahead and try to do the old sneaky counterattack while everybody's concerned with the front door. He's going to come in the back door. Widowmines are burrowing at this ramp. They do not want this third base to fall. Going to do everything they can to prevent it. Overlord is here spreading creep, preventing this gold from being taken by MarineLord, and also educating Petraeus on if the gold is ever taken. More Zerglings streaming in, and more Zerglings streaming in with some random Mutalisks as well. Supply is 200 to 153 for the Zerg. He is maxed out. Interested to see what tech path he'll take at this point. Infestation Pit going down, probably going to upgrade to a Hive. Might see some more of those Ultralisks that we saw in the first game. Zerglings coming down that right side. The Zerglings are 2-1 at this point. 2 Carapace, 1 attack, which means they can survive, but maybe can't quite hit as hard as you'd like to see. Changelings coming into the army. They get taken out immediately, recognized for what they are by MarineLord. MarineLord just kind of scouting out, making sure the creep hasn't extended this far, heading back home. And, oh, the Zergling counterattack at the front. They are attacking up through this open supply depot. A group comes through, they see some random Marines, and they are taking them out fairly easily, but Widowmines come in to clean up the Zerglings, and a couple hits should be enough. Yep. They do took out enough of the Zerglings that the remaining forces come in and clear out this attack. The bunker doesn't even go down. SCVs are able to take it out. We have a single Zergling attacking something. Oh, here he is. He was attacking a barracks, but didn't do too much damage. Up here we have an attack. Mutalisk, Baneling, Roach. Running back across the creep. Terran is coming up, trying to take it down. Petraeus wants to get down some more creep before it dies. Before the queen dies, unfortunately, doesn't matter. All of those Banelings die, maybe killing 1 or 2 Marines. It is not a super cost-effective trade there. And now what MarineLord wants to do is sit up on this bench and lock down this gold expansion. On the high ground, it can be difficult for the Zerg to engage, but he rolls in more Banelings, which detonate on the Marauders, and there's too much damage there. They decide to explode on the Widowmines, and then the rest of the army will come in. It's a pretty big Mutalisk flock. They do take a hit from a Widowmine, it looks like, but there are enough of them, and the Baneling hits are good enough that the remaining Mutalisks are interested in taking out medevacs, cleaning up these remaining Marines. They're able to do so, take out 1 more medevac, and send a couple more down just to do some harassment on these medevacs in case there's a Widowmine waiting for them. Oh no, they commit. They take down 2 more medevacs. And they're going to go for 3. They're trying to take out this Thor, but the Thor is picked up and brought over to the missile turret, so the Mutalisks just retreat with the support of their Overseer. It is 173 to 174 supply, so it is a very close game at this point. These 2 Widowmines are up here on this high ground, not close enough to kill any drones, so nothing super big to worry about, but they do burrow here to take out some juicy workers. The attack comes down, Zerglings get into the mineral line, and do take out 1 or 2 SCVs, but the bulk of the Terran army is there to drive away everybody else. Widowmines now have 16 kills and 4 kills. I don't know, do we know that it's... Yes, some Petraeus did notice that the Widowmines were there after those hits. Come back with the Overseer to clean those out. Can be very annoying. Changeling here, just minding his own business. Hanging out, making sure that nobody's coming his way, and if he does, he will educate and inform the swarm. It looks like MarineLord is interested in taking this base at the gold, which is something that Petraeus is aware of and is not interested in seeing happen. So He's bringing his whole army down. Zergling's trying to take out reinforcements, but decides, no, I don't want to be caught between two Terran armies. I'm just going to back out and try to come from a different angle. They come onto the high ground. I don't know why, because Zerglings cannot attack from the high ground to the low ground. They don't have a ranged attack there. An Overlord pooping creep on the right side. A small Baneling attack on the third base of MarineLord. Gets cleaned up without too much problem. Although there are no workers. Oh, they ran away. So they're coming back in. No big deal. No big loss for the Terran player. But we have a command center being upgraded to a planetary fortress here at the gold. The Thors, Marauders, Marines, Widowmines, Medivacs pushing up. It's kind of a combination bio-mech play. Baneling's getting destroyed before they can get close enough to do anything. Creep is trying to be spread, but unfortunately for Petraeus, that's not going to happen. Setting up on the left side again, we have a very heavy Marauder force. With a fairly heavy Marine force as well. Kind of split. We're going to bring the ranged units up to the top to try to attack these workers and defend along the left side. The workers retreat for Petraeus, and the army is set up with some Ultralisks, fully upgraded Ultralisks with the 5 armor and 3 attack Kaiser Blades. So Ultralisks are good, but against Marauders they can be taken out fairly easily. We do see Marauders being dropped on the low ground to quickly take out this hatchery. An attack on the left side from Zerglings. Again, these counterattacks doing very well for Petraeus. Kind of sneaking a replacement 4th base there is Petraeus, and Banelings are rolling in with support of these Ultralisks, and actually some Changelings in there to cause some problems as well. Mutalisks rolling in to take out everybody else. That army is effectively destroyed, so Petraeus does a good job with it. Supply is 189 to 106 now. Zerg has a fairly commanding lead. If these Banelings morph, they can make a big difference in this battle, but no. Instead, the Terran shows up, they're forced to be cancelled, and they run away. So these 3-2 Marines are pretty scary. Trying to get these Banelings morphed again before we can engage this army directly. And they're able to be pushed back. The Ultralisks push everybody away from those Banelings so they have time to morph. And MarineLord gives the congrats to Petraeus as he has won this series 2 games to 1. The Ultralisk push was just too much. The Zergling counterattacks were enough to cause problems for the economy of MarineLord. The gold base was taken out, but it wasn't quite enough to do the killing blow that MarineLord hoped. He recognized he was down, 184 to 82. It'd be a slow death if he decided to stay in the game. He didn't have a great answer for these Ultralisks and decided to tap out. So Petraeus takes the series. He does qualify for the tournament, so congratulations to him. And this has been Falcon Paladin with your daily Blizzard upload. Visit me on Facebook and Twitter at /FalconPaladin on both of those sites. And until next time, this is Falcon Paladin, and you take care of yourself.